your mum is pretty hands-on in all of your businesses and everything that you do. What is that like? And, you know, what is it really like to sort of split responsibilities, yet not tread on toes, communicate, yet not sort of, you know, get into each other's face? What's it like? Because I'm sure it's not as easy as everyone makes it sound.
Actually, in our case, it's been pretty easy.
Really?
Yeah. And a big reason for that is our mother. She gives us a lot of operating freedom. She gives us a lot of space in which to develop our own ideas and strategy. At the same time, she's always there to push us. She's there to encourage us. She's always there to think differently. And she always pushes us to set the bar higher.
So who's the strategist in the family?
I think mom is.
Yeah.
I mean, she pushes us to think strategy.
Yeah.
But then she always pulls us into the process. I think we always go with a general consensus. Of course, there might be differences on smaller issues.
Also, the fact that, you know, but it's been 4 or 5 years since there was a separation in the family, and I think that that has brought us all also, you know, much closer together, and we've, you know, seen some of the mistakes that were made, you know, earlier, and I think that you learn from those.
So what are the biggest lessons? Because, you know, a lot of people have gone through, and your peers are going through what you guys are going through at this point in time, and so people are trying to institutionalize sort of ways of avoiding what has happened in the past. So what were the big lessons from that separation as far as you're concerned?
Well, I think the biggest lesson is really to give everybody you know, space to operate. I think that's most important, and everyone's viewpoints need to be respected and taken on board and accepted.
So is that the reason behind the split?
Well, I think if you have well, let's put it this way, if you have a monolithic kind of structure where there is very little room for debate, it becomes very difficult to function.
Another point, actually, maybe we're making it sound like it's been easy and it's natural. A lot of it has been, but I think when we actually got together, the three of us and our mother, sat down maybe 4 years ago when the split happened, we actually discussed various points, and we discussed what in the future we see for ourselves, what in the future would be things which are important to us, and how we make sure we actually get to that place where everyone is happy and everyone is doing what they want.
Just to take this forward, how do you actually see the role of the family in a family business evolve? Because what I'm seeing with a lot of your peers is that they sort of see themselves more strategic investors. So, you know, they're not hands-on operationally. They've created that divide between ownership and the executive. Is that how you see it as well?
Well, I think we are somewhere, well, we are somewhere in the middle, in the sense, but I don't want it to sound very fuzzy. We're very clear about what our role is. We have CEOs, professional CEOs who run the business. We like to run it like a professional business. At the same time, I think we are in the early stages of our growth as a group. We are all in the relatively earlier stages of our business careers.
Sure.
So we are certainly involved to the extent that we interact very regularly with CEOs, we interact very regularly with the operational teams, and we are really driving the business.
But as you diversify, for instance, you know, you get into newer areas which you're not ready to talk about at this point in time, how is it actually going to work then? You know, who decides who does what?
Well, I think that, I mean, that's something that we sit down and decide together at the apex level in terms of who does what in that sense. The new initiatives that we're looking at, which, you know, Nandan is hesitating to talk about, but that he is driving that process forward, and it's very clear that we discuss at the apex, but then he takes it forward, and, you know, he will look at that. And I think going forward, I see us moving more to the strategic investor role than you would say to the from an operational role.
So now, you know, you gave me a target the last time around, which was about 800 crores as far as auto was concerned, and I think about 12 to 1300 crores for the textile business. So you want to set a new target now?
My targets have shifted from more crores to actually where we want to be on the Indian and global stage. So for the auto components, for auto components, the target is that in the next 5 years we want to be one of the top 3 Indian players in wiping systems, and in the next 10 years we want to be one of the global top 3 in wiping systems.
Okay.
And so
again, the inorganic route to that.
Inorganic could certainly be a possibility, although I think in the next couple of years we are going to get very, very healthy and in fact exponential growth through our current setup and through organic means.
Okay.
Very simply, in textiles, we want to have the best quality textiles in cottons, and then looking into newer areas. We want to be the best quality in the world, and therefore, as a result of that, want to be the most profitable Indian textile manufacturer.
So you want to continue to be a specialized player?
I think right now we want to continue to be a specialized textile
So you can
player.
command a premium on pricing?
Yes.
Well, all right, Rajeev.
I mean, I think for us, really, it's more, short term. I think if you look at it, I mean, it all comes down to the crores and rupees and how much money we have and how we want to take the company forward.
So the acquisition essentially is going to be in which areas at this point in time? What is going to be the focus market?
Well, I think that the focus market will continue to be, Mumbai will be our #1 market by far. Companies have struggled to get out of their home city and be successful in others. It's a long process. I mean, we are going through that process. I mean, we've got properties in Pune, we've got properties in Goa, Hyderabad, Nasik, Nagpur, and it's taking us time to get that stuff up and running, and that's one of the challenges for us.
Okay.
I think I'm very excited for, and we all are very excited for Peninsula, because I feel that now we are on the cusp of going to the next level. For example, if you take say 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, when we had a first round of investment, etc., we invested about 400, 500, 600 crores. Now we are going 4 times that amount. So I really think the company is on the cusp of really going to the next level, from being a mid-sized player to being one of the larger players in India.
Okay, Nandan. So you're not ready to talk about it yet?
So I have
You're going to pass.
a few goals though. With the foundation, like we spoke about, we definitely want to hit 1,000 villages, working in the 3 aspects that we spoke about. In the football club, we want to be challenging to be the best club in India. We want to bring a professionalism into the sport, which today is not there. And in the new business, obviously, we want to get into another business and take it to a scale in the next couple of years as well.
All right, we wish you the very best of luck with your plans. Thank you very much for speaking to us, and of course, hopefully, when you're ready to break your silence, we'll sort of get back to you. But many thanks indeed. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of India in Generation Next. Many thanks for watching.